Good afternoon, guys and girls. Colvin Kraus here. Wanted to just make this video fairly impromptu, but I've been getting a lot of questions lately about whether right now is a good time to sell or not. Short answer is it depends. But as far as residential property is concerned, meaning not development, not an apartment building, houses, condos, etc. My concern is that if you were thinking about selling or wanting to sell over the next, any time between now and 10 months from now, that you should do it probably sooner rather than later. That's because right now we have a low inventory environment. Like we've only got like 2,300 listings on the market right now in Greater Victoria. That's what we call low inventory. So our stat package came out and it kind of hints at that as well. So home prices are down home sales are down 17% compared to last year. So okay, that's because there's not enough home selling, high interest rates, etc. All right, fair. But home prices have actually gone up a bit, which doesn't seem to make a ton of sense because interest rates are high, so people can't afford to pay as much. But it's because we don't have that many homes for sale right now. Well, the government just announced that in about 7 months' time that they're going to ban short-term rentals. I think that this is going to have a really big impact, and you really need to have a good look at this, especially if you were in the condo market in downtown Victoria, because I think that they're going to be hit the hardest. There are some exceptions, you can look into it, but basically, if it's a property that is not your principal residence or part of your principal residence, then you're likely to be impacted by this. Most of those properties are not going to debt service, meaning you're not going to be able to pay your mortgage renting it out at market rent to a long-term tenant. So what are you going to do? You're probably going to sell. Some of those people are going to be obligated to sell because it's going to put them so far underwater that they cannot continue subsidizing this property. So right now in Greater Victoria, there's about 3,156 listings on Airbnb. If only 70% of them sell over the next 7 months, we've doubled our inventory. So if you are thinking about selling, you should sell in a low inventory environment and buy in a high inventory environment. That's the ideal play if you can do it. So right now, low inventory. If this Airbnb thing comes into effect, which I believe it will, and David Eby seems really into it. So there was a proposed amendment to drop the minimum stay from 90 days to 30. He flat out rejected that. And so I believe this is coming down the pipeline. It's going to affect your area, especially Greater Victoria and the areas around Vancouver. When this happens, inventory will increase. If you were thinking about selling, again, talk to your real estate agent because now is probably the better time to do it, unless you can wait out that storm until after this inventory has been absorbed.